does a 17-year-old go from arguing over a fake $20 bill to landing on the Texas 10 most wanted list? For Adiah Roberson, that's exactly what happened. A clash at a Sonic drive-in in San Antonio, Texas, ended with a manager dead and a teenage girl becoming one of the most sought-after fugitives in the state. This is a story of how a petty crime spiraled into a brutal murder in just a few moments. On the night of July 7, 2024, Daniel Shrewsbury was working his shift as a night manager at a Sonic on Babcock Road. At 33 years old, Daniel was known by his family as a hard-working man who loved his job and was a role model to others. He was just weeks away from his 34th birthday, but it was a celebration he would never get to have. That evening, a car with Adiah Roberson and her companions tried to use counterfeit money to pay for their food. Daniel, just doing his job, refused to sell and confronted them. Things escalated fast. An argument broke out, and Roberson reportedly went into the restaurant's kitchen where she argued with employees, demanded her food, and then snatched money from the employee tip jar before heading back to the car. As the vehicle started to leave, Daniel followed them into the parking lot, trying to do what any manager would, get a picture of their license plate. That's when the male driver, identified as Joshua Joseph, allegedly threatened him, saying he was about to get shot. Adiah Roberson then stepped out of the car, pulled out a gun, and shot Daniel. He stumbled back inside the restaurant where he collapsed and died. In the chaotic aftermath, Roberson and Joseph were gone. While police launched their investigation, a family was left planning a funeral instead of a birthday party. A memorial of candles and flowers quickly grew outside the Sonic where Daniel had spent his last moments. His mother, Peggy Cofield, later shared her grief, saying, "I will definitely miss him every day of every second." In August of 2024, authorities caught up with Joshua Joseph in San Antonio, but Adiah Roberson had vanished. The search for her intensified, and in September, her face was added to the Texas 10 most wanted fugitives list. For 4 months, the 17-year-old managed to evade capture. The nationwide search finally closed in on October 22nd of 2024. Acting on a tip from the public, U.S. Marshals tracked Roberson to an apartment complex in Dallas, hundreds of miles from the crime scene, and arrested her. The teenager who killed a man over a fake 20 was at last in custody. While Roberson captured, the legal process began. In a significant turn, the murder charge against the driver, Joshua Joseph, was dropped. After he cooperated with the investigation, all eyes were now on Adiah Roberson. On January 9th of 2026, Roberson, by then 19, accepted a plea deal, pleading no contest to murder, aggravated assault, and forgery. The deal came with a cap on her potential sentence, a term that the judge, Benjamin Robertson, was openly hesitant to accept. He pointed to the overwhelming evidence of guilt and what he saw as Robertson's lack of remorse. During this sentencing hearing, the court heard about the devastating impact of Daniel's murder. His mother, Peggy, shared her unending heartbreak, telling the judge, "The only thing I have of my son is his picture on the wall and his ashes on myself. I'll never get him back." The final judgment was handed down on January 31st of 2026. Judge Robertson sentenced Adiah Roberson to 40 years in prison for the murder of Daniel Shrewsbury, with a 20-year sentence for aggravated assault to be served at the same time. A senseless fight that began with counterfeit cash ended with a 40-year prison sentence. It was a tragic conclusion to a statewide manhunt and a devastating loss for a family who lost a beloved son and brother. The case is a tough reminder of how quickly a small conflict can explode into an irreversible tragedy, leaving shattered lives in its path. What are y'all's thoughts on this case and the sentencing? Drop a comment below respectfully. For more deep dives into cases like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.